Our second edition of it, and we are getting into our interviews of the day where we get to talk about great things happening in the wonderful world of the women. Now, I know I'm going to shock a few people there. We have an honorary woman today on Women's Touch. Women's Touch, we're going to split it in two today, two interviews, but hopefully you'll forgive me. I have an honorary woman who is a man, and you'll understand why in a minute. Now, the past few years have seen many women improve in their enterprises through knowledge sharing, networking, and women being recognized in their different spheres of operation. Women have been taking up exciting programs to capacitate themselves and upscale their own businesses. Now, to tell us a little bit more about this, I am joined from the ZNCC, that's the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce, the Women's Desk, and that is right, I would like to say Madam, but he's a Mr. Rejoice Ngwenya. Good morning, Mr. Ngwenya.
Hi, sir.
You know, when I first saw your name, I thought you were a lady.
Well, look, I mean, this name
You're an honorary lady
has
today.
caused major problems in the world, but I've lived with it for 62 years.
Wow.
So it must be fun.
It's fantastic. Well, welcome to Good Morning Zimbabwe.
Thank you.
All right, the Women's Desk at the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce. Tell us a little bit about it. What is it all about?
Well, look, the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce is a membership organization for businesses, usually in the commercial side of business.
Right.
So what they did was that they understood the importance of including women in business.
Yes.
So then they set up a women's desk. Now, the women's desk, its responsibility is to try and encourage women to join the chamber and, of course, to do other many programs. So I was co-opted into the desk, onto the desk for different reasons, but I'm very comfortable in this as a, so.
Yes, the one gentleman amongst all the ladies.
Right.
Fantastic. Something big is happening, the 9th edition of the Women's Women in Enterprise Conference and Awards. That's the WECA. I think that's the abbreviation for it. Tell us a little bit about these awards. Who qualifies to be actually part and parcel of WECA?
Well, WECA is an acronym. Women in Enterprises Conference and Awards. So we split it into two. Basically, it's one day. The morning and afternoon is purely discussing business ideas.
So it's a conference.
It's a conference, right?
Yes.
So then, of course, the glam then comes in the evening. So really, we target all women that are in business.
Right.
But because we want to promote accountability, it has to be a woman whose business is registered and formal.
Yes.
You know, we don't want to encourage, non-accountability. But, I've got a very strong civil society background. So I'm also usually getting excited about getting women from the
civil service.
No, CBOs.
Yes, all right, there we go.
Mining, farming, Kumarua, so that at least we encourage innovation at that level, because we don't want to leave any woman behind, but it has to be a woman who's in business and formally registered.
Absolutely. Keynote speakers, who can we look forward to at the conference? Who will be speaking?
Well, this is a big conference, so remember our theme is to do with resilience. So it's virtually most of these big names that are in the financial sector, like Dr. Jasmine Chipika. She's going to be there, and there are several other women. Who, for instance, Clara from Simtrade, and so we have packed it with a lot of information to do with financial resilience.
Fantastic. All right, so I see the theme this year is bolstering resilience and innovativeness for sustainable growth. If we want to get more information about attending the conference or being part and parcel of it, where can we get a hold of you?
Well, obviously, ZNCC has got a very strong online presence, so they can always check us on our Facebook page, on our Twitter space and all that. So my colleague is going to give them a bit more accurate information on where to find us. But, we have just come out of the COVID era, and we believe that the women that are still in business have been very resilient. This is why we've been talking a lot about resilience, so that we can learn from each other's experiences. How have you been able to survive so much in business when we've gone through such a bad patch, the era of hyperinflation? So there's some of the topics that we want to reinforce in this exciting WECA program.
Absolutely. Roughly what time will it be starting?
Well, this is a day conference. It starts at 8 and we end at 4 p.m.
Right.
We want to give our ladies time to go and prepare for the glam in the evening.
For the glam event in the evening. And then where will it be taking place?
Right, it will be taking place at the Cresta Lodge and in Harare. And of course, in the morning, our guest in the morning will be, Honorable Minister Sekai Zinza.
Yes.
Right? And the glam section in the evening will be having Honorable Monica Mutsanga. So really, it's going to be an exciting program.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to definitely being there and taking part as well. All right, we've just been speaking to Mr. Rejoice Ngwenya, part of the women's desk at the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to be getting his colleague to be coming in a little bit soon. Now we continue, as I did mention before, we are talking all things business today and business conferences, especially opportunities for women. And we are still joined in studio from the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce. Right now we do have Madam Lucy Maroa, who is the chair lady for the women's desk. That's is it WECA. Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Zimbabwe.
Good morning, Zaza. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good to have you. Big things happening, obviously. Or is it on the 9th of, is it 9th of October?
On the 30th
of September. Sorry, 30th of September. So we're having the WECA, which is the Women's Conference and Awards night going on. And let's speak a little bit about the actual conference itself. I do understand that the guest of honor is Honorable Minister Sekai Nzenza. Please tell us a little bit about why we've got her coming through as our special guest.
We are very excited to have Honorable Minister Sekai Nzenza coming through, because we feel that as the Minister of Industry, she's very innovative herself. She has shown very great leadership qualities herself. She's very responsive to all things business. And I like her approach, where she tries to tell Zimbabwe that we can actually make the difference ourselves. We don't always have to be importing things. We have to be the ones to bring solutions. She encourages innovation, and it resonates with our theme, which talks of innovation itself and resilience. So that's why we want to have somebody like her who speaks to the women from a position of knowledge of Zimbabwe itself and the business landscape and how it operates. That's why we are particularly excited to have her.
Fantastic. Now, this conference obviously starting in the morning. Who are we targeting in terms of attendance? Who are we inviting at this year's WECA?
We are inviting all women that own businesses. And as my colleague said, we want to promote women that own formal businesses. But we are also saying that even if you don't own a formal business, come and learn so that you can formalize your business and contribute to the economy of Zimbabwe. You can only contribute if you're doing things meaningfully and you are formally registered. So whether you're registered or not, come. This is your platform to learn. So already for any woman that owns a business, that leads a business, that is at a helm of an organization, you are welcome to come and learn with us on that particular day.
Absolutely. One of the key things, obviously, that I understand is we're going to be talking about some of the opportunities that we can derive from this particular conference. Let's speak to some of the key messages that we can look forward to during the conference.
When you look at our program, one of the things that we are going to do, in fact, at the beginning, is to have a story from an entrepreneur who's made it against all odds. She's going to share her story. And this is going to be a story of inspiration, a story of hope, to show other women that you can succeed against all odds and to show that resilience that we are talking about. This will be followed by a session on financial resilience, how you can persevere, how you can actually prosper despite whatever challenges we are having in the economy. We will also have a tech talk with the tech gurus.
Oh, yes.
And then we can even look about export-led resilience. When you have produced your goods, when you have manufactured your goods, where do you want to go? You want to export them. So let's talk export-led resilience. So these are the things that speak to the women themselves. We are giving hope. We are saying, how do you persevere in the financial markets? And then where do you sell your goods?
Yes.
So this is a very exciting program indeed.
I'm really excited about this because this sounds like very practical key areas to look forward to at this conference. Let's quickly look at the actual the dinner gala. It's of the awards ceremony. What can people expect? How glamorous do we need to look when we come through?
Oh, I'm saying go all out.
Yes.
Dress to kill. It's our day as women, so we want to make sure that we are in our element, we are enjoying ourselves, we are awarding those that have made it throughout the past 12 months. And what better way than to dress up and to celebrate them? There will be a lot of entertainment available there. And we'll also have categories, 12 categories where we'll be awarding different sectors: mining, education and training, banking and finance, professional women, you name it. We've sent out the call for nominations, and if people still are interested, they can contact us at our offices, and we'll send out these categories. They're still open up to the 24th of September.
Fantastic. One more time, when and where is this event taking place?
The event will be on the 30th of September at the Crown Plaza, and it will start at 8 in the morning with the conference up to 4, and then the gala dinner will start at 5:30 until late in the evening.
And where can we find more details about this?
Well, you can phone the ZNCC offices on 770-224 or 770-551. You can also contact Melody at zncc.co.zw. You can also find us on our Facebook page, ZNCC Women's Desk, on other social media handles, Twitter and Instagram, ZNCC National. And you can also find us on the LinkedIn page, which is ZNCC, Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce.
Fantastic. Madam Maroa, thank you so much for coming through and telling us about the exciting times that are going to be taking place at the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce Women's Desk Awards Conference and Award Ceremony that are going to be taking place on the 30th. We are excited to be there. We'll definitely be looking the part. You know, we like to look very good here at Good Morning Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So we'll definitely be dressed up to the nines coming through.